ladies and gentlemen, our first two-time winner of an India Abroad Prize, Professor Manjul Bhargava.
Well, thank you very much. What an incredible set of people that has come across the stage. I don't know what I'm doing here again. I know, first I want to thank India Abroad for everything that they've been doing for the Indian community and for this special recognition. It's an incredible honor. I know you've all been waiting probably all night to hear a lecture about mathematics. And so here it is. No, I'm just kidding. This has been one of the craziest years of my life. That happened in August. And I'm so grateful for India Abroad for being a part of it, not just this year, but in years past. And of course, I want to thank India Abroad for this extremely humbling honor. Like many of us in this room, I grew up with India Abroad. Since I was a child, there are always a number of different news publications coming to our house, changing frequently, but India Abroad was always the constant. The newspaper that we would always anxiously await to arrive on our doorstep, and which we would then immediately read cover to cover. Soon I realized that we weren't alone in this. Much of our family and Indian community across the country did exactly the same thing. How did I know? Well, I realized this when some years ago, I had the good fortune some of my work was covered in some newspapers and magazines. Even when something about my work appeared in the New York Times, I got a few calls here and there. But no big deal. That's supposedly the area's premier newspaper. But then something about it appeared in India Abroad, and the phone rang off the hook for days. And congratulatory emails poured in from family and others across the country. It was clear that this newspaper was the newspaper that our community read and respected more than any other. In our community of Indians abroad, you knew you had made it if you made it in India Abroad. India Abroad was not just high-quality journalism, but it was also relevant to us. It was journalism that was relevant to us, to our community, and to our big extended family of India Abroad, of Indians abroad. I came to this event, as Sri mentioned, for the first time 6 years ago, when India Abroad decided that I might be a face that might be worth looking at in the future. That really meant a lot to me at the time. I'm so grateful for India Abroad, and to the extended family of Indians abroad for believing in me at that time already. Since that first time here, I haven't missed this event once, soaking in the inspiration year after year of numerous heroes and role models that India Abroad has recognized here over the years. And it's also allowed me to meet so many wonderful lifelong friends like Sri that I would not have met otherwise, this evening being no exception. So I want to thank India Abroad again for this honor, and most of all for the wonderful work in doing and keeping our extended family informed about our community, and for inspiring us and encouraging our community to do more here in the US, in India, and as global citizens. And for reminding us that Indians and Indians abroad, well, are great at medicine and engineering, but that they can do much more as well, that they can excel in many other fields. And I thank my entire family for always reminding me of this and encouraging me to pursue what I enjoyed most, even if it was something like math, or music, or magic. I particularly want to thank my grandparents who taught me that. They taught me language, Sanskrit and Hindi, as well as English. My uncle Manjul Bhargava, who's here, who's always taken so much interest in what I do, always. And of course my mother, Meera Bhargava, who's a mathematician too, and musician herself. She truly is responsible for everything that I've done so far, much more than I am. Well, I should say she's responsible for the good things I've done. And of course, I want to thank everyone here at India Abroad, the family, Rajendran Portail and Prem Panikar, for all the inquisitive interviews over the years, Vyahasi, Daniel, and Sri Srinivasan, and of course, Ajit Balakrishnanji and Nikhil Lakshman for all their love over the years. And I hope I can continue to do work that may make India Abroad community proud. Thank you so much.
I got to ask you a question. At your young age, you win the Nobel Prize equivalent in your field. What do you do after this?
and just getting started.
Oh, wow, that's pretty dangerous. I don't know if we have a third award yet for you, but we look forward to doing that. And in case some people missed it, tell us the thing about the daisies, the petals in the daisies. Just tell us that again.
So it turns out that the number of petals, if you count the number of petals on a daisy, it's always going to be one of the numbers 13, 21, 34, 55, or 89. And there's a good mathematical reason for that.
Okay, we won't get into that now. But afterwards, people can come and say hello. Let's get another photographer here with you. Thank you very much. Manjul Bhargava, everybody.